live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I had to take a minute. These are the kind of games that it is so hard to come and do a live stream after. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, all right, I need to take 5 minutes, right? This game, because again, I am a fan, right? Like, I am. I don't just do this just solely for content. I do this because I am a fan, and I'm blessed enough to be in a position to where I have people that I can talk to about this, because this game was infuriating. Oh my God, this Lakers team is terrible, man. This was such a bad loss. This is their worst loss of the season, without a doubt, right? Went from being undefeated, leading 3 quarters, to blowing it. We're up double digits, had control of the game for almost the entirety of the game, despite, everything. But Lakers did what the Lakers do. Kept letting them hang around. I mean, Orlando had about as bad of a game as you could possibly have. Like, this game should have been a blowout by the Magic. Orlando shot half decent. Lakers lose by 30. So once again, you have a game where the Lakers should have been blown out. Lakers they're not a good basketball team right now at all. Guys just aren't showing up. Luka, Austin, right, LeBron started hot. Luka and Austin Reeves laid. LeBron kind of cooled off. Just again, I mean, you had a monster DeAndre Ayton game, 21 and 13. Well, maybe not monster, but 21 and 13. He was the best player tonight. He was so good. He really was. Right? He really was. He was dominating tonight. But Austin Reeves again laid a dud. He had like 2 nice stretches where he kind of racked up his point total. But if you watch this game entirely, he was not very good. Luka was not good in this game, even though he had a near triple double. He wasn't good. Again, nobody was really that good other than DeAndre Ayton. LeBron wasn't bad, but 5 turnovers, right? Like, the shot again was LeBron's fault, right? Like, again, he should have taken that first shot. I don't. Clearly, that inbounds play at the end got broken up. Like, everyone went too early, because the whole point is you're supposed to be chasing, and then they inbound the basketball. But one guy broke, and then everyone started breaking, so they all broke too early, right? As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, great, now we're gonna have a broken play, because that's exactly what happened. Right? Like, I'd have to go back and watch it, but somebody broke too early and it made everyone else break. And the ref hadn't even handed LeBron the ball yet. LeBron didn't even have the basketball. So now he's got to wait, where the idea is like LeBron has the basketball, everyone breaks. You have guys going in a different area so you can inbound the basketball and maybe create distraction to where, you can dump it down to an Ayton or something like that and get a bucket at the rim. Like, that was the idea. And it didn't work out that way, because again, you had guys break too early. This game was so frustrating, man. For a game that, was looking good, started out well. I thought Lakers were moving the basketball. Right? They were getting shots, they were getting good attempts. Right? DeAndre Ayton was playing well. He looked energized. He looked refreshed. I don't like. They went stretches and just completely went away from him. It's the Anthony Davis situation again, right? You have a big man that's absolutely killing it, and instead of continuing to dominate on the inside with the big man, you just move away from him entirely. That's always a good game plan, right? Again, guys just didn't show up. I mean, it's that simple. Guys just didn't play. This team is in total disarray. Again, I don't want to do the pendulum swing. I don't want to be too hasty, but so far this big 3 isn't working. LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves are just not working. They're not. Again, that doesn't mean that they can't. That doesn't mean that they can't figure it out. That doesn't mean that at some point, we look at it and go, okay, there it is. But as of right now, as it stands, pun intended, they're not clicking. It's a lot of just you go, I go, you go, I go. A lot of, the other two are just kind of standing around, right? They're not moving the basketball. Guys are starting, Austin Reeves is frustrated because he can't hit a shot. So then he starts forcing shots. Luka, same thing. Luka, can't make a shot. So what does he do? He starts forcing shots, right? It's just so frustrating watching this Lakers team play. And to lose this game in the manner in which you did, again, it's inexcusable. This game was inexcusable. This might have been their worst loss of the season, just given the circumstances. Right? You gave up 12 offensive rebounds. Right? The Orlando Magic shot 7 of 29 from three. They shot 24% from three, but absolutely just dominated us on the inside. All the offensive rebounds, all the second chance opportunities, all that. Just again, they had their way with us once again. Physicality punished the Lakers, right? I mean, even the last play, that Wendell Carter Jr. was able to muscle in. I mean, that honestly should have been an and one, if we're being honest. Luka hit him clearly on the arm. But this is a game that once again, you got bodied, you got bullied, right? I mean, 36 and 10. You had Wendell Carter Jr. with 20 and 11. I mean, again, multiple offensive rebounds, multiple second chance opportunities. Right? Desmond Bane hit some big shots down the stretch for them. He finished with 22. Oh, this is a game that you can't lose these types of games. You can't. Like this is worse than the Chicago game last year. Right? Like this was just such a bad loss. You finish now 500 on the road, at home. Lakers have been a terrible home team. Terrible. Right? I keep saying I want the Lakers to get a top 4 seed in the playoffs, and I might be wrong about that. They might need to be. They're actually one of the best road teams in basketball, which is crazy. That they're terrible at home. Terrible. They're just not a good home team at all. And usually the opposite for teams. Right? Usually, they're not a good road team, but they're a really good home team. No, not the Lakers. Not these Lakers. These Lakers are great on the road, but can't do nothing at home. They're the worst team in basketball at home. It's crazy. This game was just so frustrating. Just sitting here watching, you could just see it coming. You could just see it brewing, right? Like, because the thing is like Lakers, you had control, you had the lead, right? We've seen in games, games period, not just Laker games. A team is kind of trailing all game. They kind of get to the line or maybe slightly get over the line. And then the team ends up making the run and then, basically keep pulling away. The team can never really truly get over the hump. And then you saw in this game that they literally just got over the hump. And it's so frustrating. Lakers are in such great position and they just keep blowing it. Every opportunity they have, they just keep blowing it over and over and over and over again. It is so frustrating, right? And look, I like to be positive. I like to try to swing things in a positive direction. I always try to keep things light and, try to find positives and takeaways. That this game isn't that. It's not, right? Like this was inexcusable. This was an inexcusable loss. This was a terrible loss. As much as I like to be positive and I want to be positive, I also have to be honest. And we also have to really have a real conversation about it. And this Lakers team just not working, right? LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves are just not working. They're not, right? They're almost seems like they're in each other's way at times more than not, right? Like, it just, it's so frustrating. Guys just not being able to do the things you need to do. And you just wasted a great DeAndre Ayton game. Hopefully he kind of continues. But also with DeAndre Ayton, they got him going early, right? Like, again, the playmakers got him the basketball early. And, he delivered, right? Like, again, I say it all the time. Kind of hard to have 20 points when, you only get 4 attempts, right? And you're not really involved in anything, right? Well, DeAndre Ayton got 11 attempts and went 8 of 11 with 21 points, but he also got other attempts because he got to the foul line and stuff. But you saw how much more engaged DeAndre Ayton was. You saw how much more, in the trenches and physical he was. I mean, even that Wendell Carter Jr. play, where he hit the game winner on the offensive rebound, DeAndre Ayton is the one that got the great stop, right? Stayed in front of the guy, kept his hands up, moved well. Guy got to his spot. He closed out, hand up, was able to prevent the shot. Who was it? Paolo Banchero. And then Wendell Carter Jr. goes and, manhandles everyone on the inside and wins them the game. It's just, these are the type of games that it's so hard to do a live stream. It really is. Like, I love you guys. I really do. And I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful. But again, I am a Laker fan. I am a diehard Laker fan. And games like this, I'm like, it's one thing for them to lose. One thing for them to get blown out. Game like this, like, it's like, oh man, like I got to go do a live stream right now. It's like, it is so frustrating, man. Ugh. Anyway, let's get into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions. Real quick for me, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me. Let me take a breath. Just frustrated. I'm all red because I'm screaming at the TV. And then I had to stand there with that dumb look on my face after the Lakers lost. All right. Goose from right. All right, let's get into it. I appreciate you guys again. Stinks going out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. JJ is a bad coach. Team isn't organized. I disagree. This team's just not good, right? Like, name me a coach that could make this team better, right? Like, they just don't have the pieces. Right? Like, again, I don't think this has anything to do with coaching. I really don't. Right? I think that the team's just not good enough. The players just don't fit. They don't work. You got a bunch of one-dimensional guys. I mean, I don't know how you look at this team and go like, it's all JJ Redick's fault. Like, I don't. Like, everyone, I see so many people that just want to blame JJ. And how many coaches are we going to go through before we just realize, like, we don't have a proper roster? At what point do we stop trying to singular point to, hey, it's the coach. Okay, fire JJ. Who's saving this team? Like, what coach? You could fusion dance Pat Riley and Phil Jackson, and they're not saving this Lakers team. They're not. This Lakers team is not good. They're like, and this, ever since the three of them got, like, they're not working. They were really good in the beginning of the season, right? And again, you had kind of this cohesiveness. You had that, and part of it is LeBron's return, and you have to kind of put it together. Again, the numbers don't lie. And I'm a big LeBron guy. I don't think that this is all on LeBron. I'm not saying point the finger at LeBron and it's all LeBron's fault, but I'm saying there is something there. Every lineup with LeBron has been a minus on the basketball court. And Luka and Austin Reeves have not been able to kind of fit in. It's a lot of one-on-one. It's a lot of one-dimensional stuff, right? You have a lot of just one-dimensional players. You have a lot of guys that just have limitations, right? I don't care how good of a coach it is. You can't make Rui all of a sudden athletic and an elite defender. You can't make, Jared Vanderbilt an elite offensive player. You can't make Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic elite defensive players. You can't control, the opposing team getting 12 offensive rebounds. And again, at what point do we put it on the players? Everyone always wants to blame the coach. Everyone always wants to blame one person. It's this person's fault. It's not. Again, this is just not a good basketball team, right? Like, we can be honest. We don't need to find one person to single out, right? Again, fire JJ. Okay, now what? Who's saving this team, right? Name me a coach that's going to fix this team. There isn't one. This team's just not good. That's the reality. They're just not a good basketball team. It is what it is. We got to be honest. Cypher coming out the $5 super chat. This was an ugly game for both teams. Ayton should have gotten the ball more. I agree, 1,000%. I don't know how he has a game like this and you just completely go away from it. Right? I mean, he literally was dominant. He had like 16 points at halftime, right? Or 14, something like that. I think he had 16. And he gets like 3 more attempts the rest of the game. It's like, what are we doing, man? Like, feed the beast. Feed the guy that's killing it, right? Feed the hot hand. This was the game, if you got it. more, we would have won this game. I agree. I really do. Like, if anything, if you want to blame anybody, I think you put it on LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, and I think you put it on JJ. Like, those guys needed to recognize, hey, again, maybe JJ called it out. It's up to his ball handlers, right, to get Ayton the basketball. He was dominating this entire game, and you just ignored him. It's frustrating. Gosman, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. My birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday. Seriously, happy early birthday. Now I'm heated. I'm right there with you, my guy. Like, it is. It's so frustrating. But it does help. You know, I have all of you guys here. We can all kind of vent. We can all express our frustrations. We can all kind of, let it out. It's our therapy session, right? I got robbed on the Luka turnover call. And to lose like this to Orlando again, exactly, 1,000%. Why you hurt me like this. Again, first off, happy birthday. Secondly, it's just these terrible. I would have rather the Lakers get blown out. I would have rather Orlando shot the lights out and just blew us out and beat us by 40, right? Like, I would have rather it been the worst loss in Lakers history than lose this way. It is just so frustrating to just like watch this game and watch this Lakers team. It's just like, really, oh man. Shocker, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for going live. Always. I had to take a minute. I had to take a breather. This is my safe space. It is. It's all of our safe spaces. Like I just mentioned, I'm very thankful that I have people that I can vent to and understand my frustration, right? Like, I can come on this live stream and be like, duh, like, and just yell and scream and be pissed off, and everyone gets it because you all feel the same, right? Like, I'm not jumping in a space where everyone's like, why is Tyler mad? Like, what's going on with him? Like, everybody gets it, right? I walked into a room where everyone understands. Like, we're all screaming and yelling and ready to throw the TV through the window, right? Like, it's just, I'm very thankful for all of you guys. I really am. It gives me a space because otherwise I'm just yelling at the walls, right? Pre-YouTube, like before I was able to create a YouTube channel and do all this stuff, I was just like games like this. I'm just yelling in a room by myself. Like, even before, leading up to this, right? Like, I'm yelling and the wife's coming in going like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? And I'm like, no, it's not. And then I try to explain to her and she's like, okay. Like, at least here I could come and I could be like, I'm frustrated because of this, and everyone gets it. Everyone understands it, right? Like, it's like, oh, it's so frustrating. It really is. But I appreciate you guys. Bendy, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. LeBron had 3 seconds to drive, take this shot. Yeah, I mean, again, you're kind of in this spot. Like, I don't really blame LeBron for that, right? Like, I don't. The 5 turnovers, if you want to point LeBron and say, a lot of them are just careless. Like, LeBron's just been very careless with the basketball this year. But again, like, I don't really blame Luka. Honestly, Luka should have took it. If you're going to blame anybody, you should blame Luka. Luka had the shot and he didn't take it, and he loves to take that shot, right? I don't know what he was thinking. I assume he was thinking that LeBron or somebody was going to cut and he was going to give it up, and they didn't. Like, LeBron leaked out rather than cutting. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I wish, I could peek into their brains and have a better idea and understanding. Again, I don't know. Whatever it was a loss. So it's frustrating. Cypher coming out the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. Fans crying it's JJ and Rob's fault are the ones who don't know what they're talking about. And they're the same ones being woo girls about Austin and don't want to trade him. They literally just want to complain. I mean, look, people always want, and I say this all the time, right? Everyone wants to point the finger at one person, right? It was Frank Vogel. I'm old enough to remember when it was Phil Jackson and Laker fans were trying to run Phil Jackson out of town. I'm old enough to remember when people were blaming Kobe Bryant because in a playoff game, airballing 3 straight threes, and people were like, this is why you don't, draft an 18-year-old and he sucks and da-da-da-da-da. Again, it's not just Laker fans, it's fandom, period, right? You go into any forum, Every fan wants Steve Kerr fired every time they lose. Every fan wants Draymond traded every time they lose. Every fan wants, Eric Spoelstra fired. Or again, it's fandom period, right? Everyone wants to blame one person. It was Frank Vogel, and then it was, Russell Westbrook, and then it was Darvin Ham, and then it was like, and again, it's like, how many coaches are we supposed to go through? Right? Like I see people all the time that are like JJ's rotate. Like my favorite one that I see is like everyone's always like JJ's rotations suck. Okay, what about, I have yet to hear anybody explain to me what about JJ's rotations suck. Right? Like it's easy to just throw out blanket statements, right? JJ sucks. JJ's not a good head coach. Okay, what about JJ is not a good head coach? Oh, it's his rotations. Okay, again, what about his rotation? It's easy to just blanket statement that, he sucks. Okay. Well, like, what about him sucks? And what coach fixes it? Right. Okay. You fire JJ, bring in Mike Malone. Mike Malone was fired for reasons that are a lot worse than JJ Redick, right? Mike Malone was going to be fired before, if the Denver Nuggets didn't win the championship. Denver winning the championship saved Mike Malone a couple seasons. They wanted to get rid of him after they lost to the Lakers in the bubble, right? Like, again, everyone wants to blame an individual. At what point do you go, the players play the game? I don't know. Like people think the coach just has this magical powers, right? And a coach can just like snap his fingers and now Rui becomes athletic. Again, a coach is as good as his players. Greg Popovich missed the playoffs 7 straight seasons, and he is looked at as one of, if not the greatest coaches of all time. Did he just all of a sudden become a bad coach? Or is it that he just didn't have the players and he didn't have the talent, right? Like, again, you can argue this team has overachieved, and they have. I mean, if anything, you should be praising JJ. Look at what JJ's done the last 2 years with a similar roster. Think of the 5 different versions of the Lakers last year. And think of how bad the Lakers have been all year. And the Lakers are still in the hunt for the 3 seed. Right? Like, again, if we're gonna blame JJ for the losses, then we need to praise him for the wins and the position that the Lakers are actually in. If anything, you could argue the coaching is the only thing that's keeping this team afloat. Right? Like I could make a whole argument about it. I could spend 20 minutes breaking down why the coaching is the only reason Lakers team is half decent. Right? Like it's just, again, it's not just Laker fans. It's fandom period, right? Everyone wants to blame one person, right? What happened? It was Russell Westbrook, right? Russell Westbrook left. Then it was Darvin Ham. Okay, Darvin Ham's gone. Okay, like then it was, I'm old enough to remember when people were blaming Anthony Davis. Okay, Anthony Davis is gone, right? Okay, now it's JJ's fault. Okay, now you get rid of JJ. Who's next? At what point do you go like, this team just isn't good enough? But appreciate you. Thank you again so much for super chat. David, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Most likely first round exit. What now to make this season useful? Which big 3 come off the bench? Who do we keep for next season? Front office can't find 2-way players. Shaking my head. So again, matchups are very important come playoff time, right? Like I still think Houston, teams like that, I do think the Lakers can get out of. Again, I wouldn't bet on the Lakers, right? Like I don't want to do the pendulum swing thing, right? Matchups are very important come playoff time. Their ceiling is probably a second round exit, right? If I had to like Tyler, how far do you think the Lakers go? It's probably a second round exit, right? Again, you get the right matchups, a couple things fall your way. Sure. We've seen teams, make the conference finals that had no business making the conference finals. It happens, right? But again, it's not something I'd count on. What makes this season useful? I mean, depends on what angle you want to look at, right? Like, again, you're learning what players make sense, what players, kind of fit. This guy's playing in a bigger role. Like, what does he look like in, a more natural role, right? Like, kind of see what are the biggest priorities? What do you need to solve, right? Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, if they don't work out, then you need to figure that out. If you're going to keep LeBron and LeBron's going to stick around, then you need to trade Austin Reeves, right? Like, again, there's always usefulness in any season, even the worst season. Like there's always things that you can point to and go like, okay, like this, these are good notes for the next up. I think you need to bring Austin Reeves off the bench. I really do. I think you should have Luke Kennard in the starting unit. Or if you want to go the defensive route, go Jared Vanderbilt. I just don't think you can keep all three in the starting unit. They're not meshing. They're not. And, Austin Reeves is going to get his money either way, right? Lakers are going to pay him either way. He's going to be the future. I just think you tell him, like, look, we're giving you your money. Like, you're going to get paid. Don't worry about it. We need to, I just think you bring Reeves off the bench, right? I mean, if you want to be real honest, based on the numbers, it should be LeBron. Based on the numbers, LeBron needs to be the one to come off the bench. I just don't think you do that to LeBron. I don't think LeBron would be happy about that. I think you'd cause more headache, where I think Austin Reeves would be fine and comfortable. I think, and we know he can come off the bench. We know he can play well off the bench. I think Austin Reeves would take it more in stride than LeBron would. So I think you just kind of go, I think you go with that. And as far as the two-way players, again, we'll see who they're able to get in the offseason. I mean, they'll have several options, obviously, from the trade side of things to restricted free agency, stuff like that. I think I'm almost positive. Nothing's 100%, but I'm fairly positive the Lakers are going to land somebody. It's just, will they be able to land enough, right? Because, even getting a Peyton Watson, that's huge, right? But, I don't think Peyton Watson by himself is enough to where now the Lakers are the best team in basketball, right? You need you likely are going to need to solve your 3 through 5. Now, maybe Jared Allen in a sign-in trade. Okay, cool. Now you got those two. Okay, well then, who's that starting for you? Right? There's a lot that they need to figure out. And then keep who next season? You're probably going to keep most of these guys, right? Again, if you get the proper players and lineups or proper players and free agents and stuff, you'll naturally have guys trickle down. So right now you have guys like Marcus Smart that has to play such a bigger role than he should. You have guys like Jake LaRavia who have to play such a bigger role than they should. Right? You have guys that are being asked to play, in the pecking order higher than they should. Right? You go get a Peyton Watson, Jared Allen, and a Tari Eason, right? Or maybe go trade for a Herb Jones, right? Well, now Marcus Smart drops down. Now he's coming off the bench rather than starting. Jake LaRavia. Now he gets another full year, but now he's not looked at as the 6th guy. He's looked at as the 7th or 8th guy, right? And so on and so forth. Guys start to drop down. And then also you get another year of just chemistry with those guys. You get another year of development. Some of those guys are young. Depending on what moves, what trades, things like that you make, will be kind of interesting. And then David, KD's burner phone will win Lakers a game or two. Yeah, you're not wrong, right? KD going to the burners. He's gonna start bashing. They're just gonna give up on him, right? I don't know. Lakers are gonna have to figure out. There's a lot that the Lakers are gonna have to figure out. Because again, I want to make a note of something. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I had something that popped in my head that I want to make a video about, and I don't want to forget it before the stream's over. Hopefully the burner comes through for us. But anyway, let's get into the regular chat. Tell some more super chats trickle in. Tyler, JJ put some of the worst lineups I've ever seen in these groups where we're out there late in the fourth quarter. Like what lineup? Again, I mentioned this earlier. What are the lines? It's easy to just go blanket statement. Lineups were terrible. What was the lineup and what did he play that was bad? Right? It looked like the normal rotation. Again, guys got to play. Guys are there. Play the game. Right? Who are you supposed to lean into? Um, Tyler, I'm done, bro. I'm so effing done, man. This team is pathetic, joke, and we should be ashamed of this team we have. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm so done, bro. Take me to the offseason already. Don't want the Lakers, man. Look, I said myself on several occasions, I either A, want the Lakers to just get ran through and get swept in the first round, or I want them to like go to and win the NBA championship, which I don't think is going to happen. So if I could, sim, right, like the season, that's how I would sim it. Let's see. How is Smarter Vando not in during the final minutes or during the final minute? I mean, Lakers got the stop. Smart Vando maybe helps with the rebounding, but I mean, he was getting bodied on the inside. He wasn't very effective this game at all. Like, he wasn't really bothering anybody. Like, they were fine with Jared. I said it before, Jared Vanderbilt has not been this season what he was in the past. And it's probably the double foot surgery. Marcus Smart isn't helping you in that. Like again, Lakers got the stop, right? Like, again, what does Marcus Smart and Jared Vanderbilt do? Right? Like, Lakers were struggling to score the basketball. Right? Like, the problem was the interior, right? They couldn't rebound. Like, I don't think Smart and Vando necessarily fixed that. Like, I don't think they changed the outcome if they were in the game. This team is just not good enough. We have to retool in the offseason. Agreed. They should get rid of one-way players. Get rid of Rui, Vando, Reeves next season. Get legit two-way guys. That's a must. I don't think that they get rid of Reeves. Vando, problem is you got to find somebody that's willing to take him on in his contract, which might be tough. Rui, I think they're going to let walk. I hate the Magic so much, and I wish nothing nice for the franchise ever again. Watch Paolo turn into a scrub. He is again in the next game. Watch. Yeah, it's usually how it goes, right? Luka's got to shoot that. Agreed, 1,000%. You got to shoot that. Also, Braun, I get we need to shoot with almost time left, but why turn around, fade away, taking an impossible shot? Yeah, I mean, kind of felt like he threw up a Hail Mary rather than like a set shot that he probably could have gotten. I think he thought the guy was going to close out harder, and he didn't. But it was just such a tough shot. Like, if he would have made that, you live with it. Right? That final play was disappointing. Thought they had something good. It looked like they did. It's just, like I mentioned it earlier, somebody broke. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the play. Somebody broke too early, and then everyone went after. Because the play, like, again, it was to get everybody downhill towards the basket because you're down one. So the play design, I mean, people run that play in high school, right? Where, you have the inbounder, everybody's on the backcourt, and then everyone breaks off into different positions. And the idea is to kind of scramble the defense, get an over the top pass, boom, like an Ayton or something like that, and then easy layup and you win the game. Or you get, somebody going downhill where, Austin Reeves gets the ball, he catches it, he gets downhill, and then he can get into the paint, try to get a layup or pull up over the top. But usually what happens, right, you see the guy has the ball and then they usually hit the ball and then everyone breaks, right? Well, they didn't hand LeBron the ball and somebody broke and then everybody broke rather than, letting things go normal, right? Seriously, can we even make the play? I still think the Lakers make the playoffs, but it's frustrating. It really is. At this point, just tank the whole season. I'm done, man. Get a draft pick or something. I'm just done, man. This team will get swept once again and embarrassed again. Rob, you're a genius, bro. What a GM. Got another super chat. Let me get to that. Miguel, coming off $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm numb to the losses at this point. I don't blame you. I wish I was. I really do. I wish I was. Honestly, it's the constant pouting, you're not wrong, and whining from the big three that get me heated. Just play within the game 1,000%. Right? Luka, to Luka's credit, he did do a better job. He had a couple sequences where he was crying about it, but I thought, especially early, I thought he did a better job. And then as the game progressed, he started getting frustrated and then just kept doing it. But the Lakers just, again, you have a bunch of guys that want to just whine about every play. You're going to get fouled. It's part of the game. They're not going to call every play, every possession, whatever. And we're getting torched on the other end because you're too busy whining about play calls. It's costing us points. It is. It's so frustrating, man. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Michael. I really do. I appreciate it. I like JJ, but man, games on him cost us with those awful lineups. I disagree. The game's on the players, right? Again, is JJ's fault Luka didn't take that shot? Is it JJ's fault that the Lakers didn't box out and let Wendell Carter Jr. get another offensive rebound and put back for the win after DeAndre Ayton got a great stop in sequence? Is it JJ's fault LeBron had 5 turnovers and Luka couldn't hit a shot to save his life? Is it, again, like, it's easy to go like it's JJ's fault, it's the coach's fault, it's the coach's fault. Players play the games, right? Like, again, JJ wasn't in there rebounding. JJ wasn't in there shooting. JJ wasn't in there, playing defense, right? Like, again, at what point do we hold the players accountable? That's my thing, right? It's so frustrating. I get it. It's very reactionary, right? We all want to react to, it's, JJ's fault. Like, it's not. Again, the players play the games. They do, right? Like, again, the Lakers, regardless of the lineup, however you feel about the lineup, even if you think the lineup was absolute trash, the Lakers should have won the game. They had the lead. They just couldn't get us, and they had the lead and got the stop, and then decided not to get the rebound, right? Like, again, is that JJ's fault? JJ's lineup worked. They had the lead with like 6 seconds left or whatever. And then, again, Lakers didn't secure the rebound, didn't do what they were supposed to do. Is that JJ's fault? Bane, another one of those dudes who sees a Laker jersey and becomes a clutch player of the year. Yeah. The guy couldn't hit a shot to save his life, and now all of a sudden, I love my team, but we suck. Yeah, you're not wrong. It is. It's so frustrating. Yeah, Drip Show, bad loss. This was, it's just so frustrating, man. It really is. It is so incredibly frustrating. Yeah, it's just, man. Orlando is the worst shooting team I have ever seen. My God. Yeah, they are literally the worst shooting team in basketball. And Lakers still got dominated. Like, bro, I'm getting dizzy. I'm so mad, bro. I'm done. Why is it always these bum teams who are awful and have no future always kill us? I swear, dude, I can't wait till the Dodgers are back, man. I'm done. Yeah, they're in spring training. So, man. Who the hell do they think they are? Honestly, they aren't good enough to think they can just coast when go up 12. It's the embarrassing. They are incredible. They're incredibly soft. Yeah, it's again. What do you do at this point, right? Like, again, the Lakers just love to beat themselves. They really do. This team just more than I feel like any team just love to beat themselves. Drinking, and I might have to. Man, it's over. It feels that way. It just baffles me how none of Vando or Smart were in the final 2 minutes. Needed defense and rebounding badly for whatever reason. JJ didn't agree. But again, like, Smart isn't really, how much is he helping? He wasn't helping much with the rebounding, right? Like, again, Smart had what, 1 rebound? Jared Vanderbilt had 2 rebounds. Right? I don't think that was what it was. Again, DeAndre Ayton went and got a great defensive stop. You had LeBron, Rui, and I think Reeves were there, and not one person decided to box out Wendell Carter Jr. that had been bodying you all game. Dude, they do keep getting worse every time. It really feels that way. It feels like every time we look up, it's like it's a worse loss than the last one. And Rui, how is a big like him got 0? Yeah, he's always been a terrible rebounder. Yeah, Luka's got to take that shot. He really does. He's got to take that shot. The season is already over. Not yet, but it's definitely training that way. Your stream is messing up. Stream is laggy. I don't know. Everything's been fine on my end. I haven't had any issues on my end. Maybe it's StreamYard. StreamYard can be a little finicky sometimes. Let's see. JJWTF again. At what point do we hold the players accountable? Trade deadline is over too late. Yeah. Terrible loss. Yeah, that's putting it nicely. This is just such a bad loss. The team is bad. You're not wrong. This team desperately needs guys that play with 100% effort, hustle, always like Phoenix around Luka, and that we'd be great. Yeah, again, I've said it. Like, Lakers have no players that have grit and consistency, right? Like, it's just you're always seeing this team just getting slacking. It's like there's no motor there. You look at teams like OKC, San Antonio, like these teams consistently are playing to a high level every night. You can clock them in. Sure, they might have a game here and there, but for the most part, you can clock them in. Every time we play them, always the same ending. Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, this is what, 4 straight losses against them, right? Like literally, it's just again so frustrating. Like you just can't beat them. You really can't. You can't beat them. So frustrating. You feel finally realized it, huh? Tyler, took you long enough, my guy. Again, anything can happen. A lot can change. A lot can happen. But right now, they're just not playing good basketball. We've seen this team in stretches play good basketball. Maybe they work some stuff out and it changes things. But I mean, we have enough sample size where they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Can't wait for the offseason either. Seriously. So we can play the Spurs in the first round of the playoffs. I'll start today. What are your thoughts? Again, I think the Lakers can beat the Spurs, but will they actually show up and play? Will they play to the level that's necessary? Right? I mean, you watch games like this, and it's like, no, Spurs are going to run. They're going to beat the Lakers in 4, right? But we've seen this team be able to hold their own. Do whatever you have to at this point, or do whatever you have to do for Giannis at this point. Dude, I don't care. Give him literally every single asset and player we have for Giannis and reset. I'm done, bro. No, I keep saying it, but I'm done. I get it. I get the frustrations. It's frustrating. Don't get me started on JJ's trash rotations. I get it. We don't have two-way players, but he could balance the defense and offensive guys way better. Again, like how? Are you supposed to play? Who are you supposed to play? You're supposed to play Vando 40 minutes a night, right? Like, and then now you have an offensive liability out there. Like what? Again, you played Marcus Smart. You have him in the start. Again, like what about the rotation is he not doing? Like, sure. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to have Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, and then what? Right, to close the game? Are you going to go Marcus Smart and Jared Vanderbilt and go small against a team that's been bodying you on the inside? Okay, so then you have Ayton. Okay, then you get one defensive guy, right? Like, I like, what is the rotation supposed to be, right? What are they not going to close with Luka, LeBron, or Austin Reeves? What, are you not going to close with Reeves? So you go Luka and LeBron with like Ayton, Vando, and Marcus Smart, right? Like that'll bode well, right? Like again, it's just because then if Lakers lose, what is everyone going to say? Why didn't you have Austin Reeves at the end of the game? What are you doing, right? Again, like, the rotations are fine. Players need to show up. They do. Like again, hit shots. Rebound the basketball. Do the basics. These Laker players aren't even doing the basics. It's not even that they're one-dimensional, right? They're not doing the simple stuff, right? The stuff you learn in pre-K, right? Like, yeah, Orlando just has their number. Again, Mike Malone. Like, how I'd love to hear you explain how Mike Malone fixed this. Do you know why Mike Malone was fired from Denver? Right? Like it was for a lot of reasons that are worse than this. Mike Malone was basically Darvin Ham, but the Denver version. I know what was said, but if Rob this up summer, he's got to be fired. He's probably not going to be the decision maker. He's going to be the president of basketball operations. Lakers are probably going to bring in a new GM. Let's see. I wish the Lakers were tanking, so at least I would not be worried about wins. Yeah, seriously. Tyler, I completely agree. Would people blame the coach too much? It's JJ is becoming very dogmatic with the switching schemes. As soon as you concede the switch, it opens the door, offensive rebounds every time. Again, because they're not rotating properly, right? Like guys problem is they get stuck in the mud. But like I've broken this down before. Like we don't have the personnel that you can run various defensive schemes, right? Like you can't like the reason JJ switches everything is because we don't have a choice, right? Like again, could you imagine Rui trying to fight through screens? Like he can't even navigate a screen, let alone fighting through it. The reason we switch everything is because we have to. We don't have the personnel that can defend. Like Luka and Osiri's fighting through screens every possession. Like teams would just get layups. You don't even need to worry about rebound. But guys also aren't fully rotating. Like you'll see again, you'll see guys switch, and then the man's open and vacant, and then you're supposed to have the guy like center either rotate to the corner or rotate to the center, and then the guy switches. You'll see a lot of times they'll rotate on the strong side, and then somebody doesn't on the weak side, and then they usually give up an open look or they give up an offensive rebound. If those guys rotate properly like they're supposed to, again, they teach you when you play zone and you rotate and stuff like that, it's almost like you're on a string. If I move this way, you move that way. This guy comes over here, right? He goes over here, you come up, right? Like, again, it's the basic fundamentals. And it's like we have guys that don't even do the basic fundamentals, like the basics that you're learned. Another frustrating game, missed 8 free throws, and Orlando more offensive rebounds hurt them. This game, they got bullied again. Shaking my head. Yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong. Lakers don't even protect the paint. Wendell Carter Jr. looking like an all-star reminds me of Rudy Gobert last. Yeah, exactly. I'm not high on Reeves' defense, but my God, sometimes even when he stays with the player, they just end up stiff arming him every time. Yeah, he needs to hit the weight room. It really does. Rob is going to do nothing this year, bro. He'll do nothing. It's over. Once Rob is gone, I will be a contender. Again, Rob's very likely not going to be the decision maker. He's going to operate the president of basketball operations, so he'll be the one that handles all the paperwork and organizational side of things. Lakers are going to bring in a new GM. Let's see. We have the worst home crowd in the NBA, no injury. You're not wrong. Like that's been a problem for years. The Lakers home crowd it's like non-existent. Yeah, Luka did so. You gotta hit that. You gotta shoot it. Lakers don't win against the Suns next game without Booker and Brooks. They won't pass the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, they might not even. Then you're talking they might end up being a play-in team. Lakers need mod-range players. It's either threes or layups, or mid-range players. It's either threes or layups. All the teams that have mid-range: Booker, Harden, Kawhi, Leonard, Edwards, Fox, Durant, Steph, SGA, etc. Lakers do. They're just not hitting it. DeAndre Ayton was really good in the mid-range early in the season. Austin Reeves is a mid-range guy, right? Luka Doncic even operates. He likes to get to his spots in the mid-range. Rui Hachimura is one of the best mid-range players in all of basketball. Lakers have a ton of mid-range guys. They just, again, haven't been hitting shots lately. Lakers are missing like easy, like gimmies in the mid-range this game. DeAndre Ayton wasn't the one that got DeAndre Ayton was the one that was closing out. DeAndre Ayton's the one that got the stop. It wasn't Ayton, right? It was everybody else not boxing out Wendell Carter Jr. Ayton can't go and close out strong and attack the closeout and then turn around, run back, and box out Wendell Carter Jr. to get the rebound. I mean, he had a great rebound game this game. Yeah, because it's a lot of isolation, a lot of you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. Lakers need to stop helping off shooters. They can't afford to do that with Bane. He's hitting that. Yeah. Well, and especially a team that's as bad, right? Like, I would have rather have packed the paint more, right? Like, if Orlando shoot the lights out, then you make the adjustment. DA had a great game, but we need Jared Allen desperately again. DA had a great game, but Allen would have made sure they didn't get almost any offensive rebounds. we need him. Again, it also depends on if you have the defense players. Because again, if Jared Allen is outside defending out on the perimeter and closing out in the mid-range, kind of hard to get rebounds as a big man. Let's see. Ayton played solid, but only on offense. This dude was still getting destroyed on the boards, playing lazy defense. Again, he was mostly defending out on. He was usually the guy making the closeouts, right? How many times was he in the trenches fighting for rebounds? It usually wasn't him. It was usually LeBron and other guys. Thank you, Tyler, for the stream. You're the only one I can get my anger out without cursing 1,000 times. I couldn't hop on live stream after this game. Yeah, like I said, it's tough. But again, you guys help me get through it. You really do. You really do. Helping off shooters, missing free throws, bad offense, bad lineups, poor efficiency. But again, none of that has to do with JJ Redick, right? Like all of that is players not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Teams get to shoot over Reeves, Luka, Smart, and slow LeBron, slow James on closeouts. Yeah. Teams are getting the looks. Mike Malone would be perfect. I don't think so. I mean, you want to talk about a guy like, again, timeouts were an issue with him. He was a guy that let teams play. You want to talk about rotations. Mike Malone had some like crazy rotations, or people were mad at JJ Redick for essentially playing his starters the whole game, right? Or the whole second half. Mike Malone was a coach that did that like regularly. Like you look at the games and like Jokic and Jamal Murray and guys like that would play like 46 minutes. Again, it's just, I think people need to go watch some of those Mike Malone games. I think a lot of people would have a very different perspective. People just look at Mike Malone because he won a championship, but they ignore how good that team was that year. And again, they were trying to fire Mike Malone after they lost to the Lakers in the 2020 season, right? And then they were able to kind of weather it. And I mean, he was having issues and stuff like that, and they changed front office people and all things like that. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me real quick. Someone said Mike Malone would solve our issues. Yeah, Mike Malone, I think people would be like, can we get JJ back? Like genuinely. Bro, JJ could balance the one-dimensional guys way better. Have at least two scorers and two banshees at all times. But instead, JJ runs lineups with only one scorer or with only one defender. But again, the problem is that, like, are you not playing Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves 30 minutes? Like, are you going to play that? Because you got to keep in mind, you only get 48 minutes. So if Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves are all playing 35 minutes a night, right, that means you only have 13 minutes at those position spots. Right? Like, and on top of that, to close games, you're definitely not having that. Right? Like, it's easy to go like, oh, hey, you need to have banshees out there and do all this other stuff. But again, like, okay, then the offense doesn't cook, right? The Lakers were cooking offensively, sure, but it was working early, right? It's just Lakers started getting away, right? Like, and again, who are you playing them over? Right. So, okay. So what, you're playing Jared Vanderbilt 30 minutes a night? One, we see Jared Vanderbilt get gassed before. He hasn't been the same Jared Vanderbilt in the past. And again, who is he playing minutes over? Right. Like Marcus Smart, who are you? So what, you're just not going to play? Are you going to go shorter rotation? So are you going to go 8-man rotation? Isn't that what we were yelling at JJ for last year? Short rotations and, burning guys out. So again, it's like, what is it? Right? Like, again, you have three non-defensive players in there, right? Like, again, and you don't have like a defensive center either, right? So it's like, okay, what, you're going to go, so you go Luka, Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt, what, Rui Hachimura and DeAndre Ayton, right? Like, okay, and then now the offense is stagnant. Teams are packing the paint. So now DeAndre Ayton can't score offensively, and he's not good enough defensively. Like, again, it's just you you try to solve one problem and open up three more, right? I know it sounds easy, but if that was the case, again, like, you don't think you don't think teams would be able to do that? JJ is overrated, bro. He never had accolades to be a head coach. If it wasn't for Braun, he would still be working. ESPN fire JJ Redick. Again, I mean, what head coach that got his first job had accolades attached to it? Usually that's how it works, right? You got to get the accolades. I mean, look at this team. Look at the last 2 years. And you think JJ's a bad coach? We were the 3 seed with 50 wins, and Lakers might be I think Lakers will be a playoff team again with like one of the worst teams in every like regular season metric you can have. Like, again, what coach is fixing this? What coach is solving this? What coach is doing any of this? Right? Like, again, players play the games, right? I mean, you can make an argument most of these coaches wouldn't even be able to get these guys to the playoffs. A coach is only as good as the players that they have. We need a starting center they can play defense and rebound. Yeah. You need margins under. Mike Malone is better than JJ. I don't know about that. Again, I think some people need refreshers on Mike Malone. I would recommend going and watching some Mike Malone tape and then come back and tell me that you still want him to be that coach. There's a reason no one's picked him up. He's a championship coach, and there wasn't one team that was like, you know what, let's bring in Mike Malone. There was plenty of time to do it. There were teams that needed a coach, and Mike Malone now is doing interviews and stuff like that, right? Like, again, JJ is not the problem. It's the players. Your best 3 not showing up every night. Yeah. Again, JJ can't make Luka have a good offensive night. JJ can't make, guys disappear, right? Like, it's just, coach can only do so much. This is what happens when you stay patient and don't make any trades to save draft picks for players that won't play or keep on the roster. The thing is again, it's like, who are you going to get? Right? Like, that was the biggest argument. Like, who are the Lakers going to get this time? Tyler, I feel like the Phoenix game is a must win. I got bad news. I'm almost psychic. Lakers record in March will be 7-10. The losses will be team over 500. You're awesome, but Lakers struggle at home. Yeah, Lakers have been terrible at home. Like, terrible. It's crazy. 14-40. This is on Luka and Reeves. You will never win a chip with that backcourt. Unathletic, too inconsistent. Yeah, you watch games like this, and it's like, yeah. Let's see. This was the perfect game for Vando. Up by 12, you go defense. Even play through Ayton. Frustrating loss. We will lose to the Suns and give up the tiebreaker and 2 games. Play. Watch. LA loves drama. They like to keep it interesting. Wasn't able to watch the game. Did we blow a lead again or just get cooked? No, we blew a lead again. Lakers blew it. Lakers were in control damn near the entire game and then just decided to blow it. We need a better coach too. Like, again, like who? Let's see. JJ made a play and Luka was waiting for it. Made a play that got broken up by the Lakers. It's crazy because I look at the record expecting it to be a losing record. This is beginning to feel like the norm. Yeah. I mean, you would think that the Lakers would be very different. Fire Redick. Again, fire him. Who are you replacing to solve this? Right? Is it Redick's fault that Luka couldn't hit shots, that we couldn't rebound, that we couldn't do anything? Right? Like, again, at what point do you hold the players accountable? At what point do we hold Luka and Austin Reeves accountable? At what point do we hold players not doing their job? Right? They're paid to play the games. They're paid to be there. Like, again, I don't know what people expect a coach to do. Right? Coach can only micromanage a game so much. They only get so many timeouts. They only get so many substitutions. They only get so many, breaks, right? Like, neither Frank Vogel or Darvin Ham should have been fired, in my opinion. We get blown out almost every time we play a good team. This year we have, right? We weren't last year, which is crazy because this team is better than it was last year, or at least on paper it was. Right? Like, Darvin Ham wasn't a good coach. And I defended Darvin Ham a lot. Frank Vogel, you could argue, shouldn't have been fired. But him and Russell, they were trying to save face with Russell Westbrook. They probably should have kept Frank Vogel. Darvin Ham wasn't a good coach. He wasn't. Right. And again, another guy that got fired and no one picked him up. Right. Because again, he wasn't good. He had some things, like I talked about, like when he was able to stay in his little box, he was actually really good. But let's see. JJ's rotation sucks because the top three don't work together, but he doesn't have the balls to make the moves. Again, there's a lot of politics that go on behind the scenes. Right? Austin Reeves has a contract. Like, are you going to bench LeBron? Right? Do you know how quickly the Lakers? I mean, you want to talk about drama and all of a sudden things becoming a dumpster fire. Like, LeBron you ain't benching LeBron. You ain't benching Luka. Right? Like, the only one that you can bench is Austin Reeves. And he's in a contract year. You think he wants to be benched? You think his agent wants him to be benched? Right? Like, again, it's not about having the balls. JJ can only, like, coaches are beholden to the front office, right? Like, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. I said it when they hired JJ, right? Like, I did entire breakdown videos about this, right? Like, people don't understand that there's more to coaching than just the on-court stuff. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes. Like, people talk about, like, why is JJ playing Gabe Vincent so much? Because the Lakers are trying to trade him. People are like, oh, like, they love him. As soon as you stop playing him, guess what? You lose any ounce of leverage that you may or may not have. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Can we stop with the LeBron game plan? I don't know if it was the LeBron game plan. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more questions. I'm gonna get on out of here, get some work done. We had a late Laker game, so it's already 1:11. Damn it. Let's see. Ham improved our record by 10 wins, took us to the conference finals, and won an in-season tournament. I know he had shortcomings, but he performed admirably, in my opinion. He also, I mean, again, people were yelling at him for starting 2-10, right? Like, again, there's things like that trade changed a lot because you didn't have any tape. Austin Reeves had his emergence year. There's a lot of factors on that conference finals run, right? Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, again, Lakers went from being the worst team in basketball to actually pretty good. And teams didn't have tape on them. Teams didn't know how to defend. Like, and then they ran into a team that they couldn't. And you saw Darvin Ham have to make adjustments, stuff like that. The in-season tournament, like, you and I could have coached that game. I encourage people to go back and watch that in-season tournament game. You know what Darvin Ham's game plan was? Put LeBron and Anthony Davis on the block and just run everything on the inside through LeBron and Anthony Davis. Right? There was no adjustments. There was no nothing. It literally, they just put LeBron James and Luka and Anthony Davis on the block, and everything went through them. And Indiana just had no answer, which you could argue was a good choice, period. Right? But again, Darvin Ham just, he wasn't great. Like, he would be solid as an assistant, but again, the problem is Darvin Ham, he didn't know how to adjust, right? Like, I said this all the time and look, I was somebody that defended Darvin Ham all the time, right? When he could stay in his box, he was actually great, right? Like, because he only knew, like, it's not a coincidence. all the reasons Darvin Ham got fired is the same reasons Mike Budenholzer got fired from multiple places in a row, right? Like you couldn't even stick. It's because, again, everything Darvin Ham learned, he learned from Mike Budenholzer, right? So all the issues Darvin Ham had were the same issues Mike Budenholzer had. The only difference is Mike Budenholzer had Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. Like he just had a stacked roster that was just really good. So he didn't really have to get outside of his box or his comfort zone, right? Darvin Ham, you look at the Minnesota series, he didn't have to get out of his comfort zone, right? He was able to stay in his comfort zone, and Lakers were able to win. Same thing in a lot of ways with the Warriors series. He didn't have to get out of his little box. He didn't have to get out of his comfort zone, right? It also helped that Lonnie Walker had that game. Otherwise, he might have had to get out of his comfort zone, and who knows what happens. But then he ran into the Denver game, and he had to get out of his comfort zone. And as soon as he had to step outside of his little box, that was it. He had no idea what he was going to do, right? That's where the problems lie. I agree LeBron should come off the bench. The problem is they won't bring him off the bench. That's the problem. And LeBron's not going to want to come off the bench. Yeah, LeBron should. At least the defense wasn't terrible. The game was close. Put Luke Kennard in there, and they beat the Magic. I mean, to be fair, Lakers defense, I don't know if we could call it showing up because Magic couldn't hit a shot to save their lives. We need to develop our young players. You got to play them, right? Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me. I'm not ready for the offseason yet. The offseason is way too long for me. I feel that we're not making the playoffs. Lakers will make the playoffs. I'm not worried about them making the playoffs. But again, it's just how far will they go? Should have give it to AR. Might do the same play against the Timberwolves. Yeah, I think that was the plan, right? If not AR, it was just somebody, right? Like just getting downhill. I think that was the play design, trying to get them downhill. What's worse, not making the playoffs or getting clapped in the first round? Not making the playoffs, right? Like people, I don't know, I don't understand that. People would be like, oh, like LeBron's lost in the finals, stuff like that, or this player, just lost in the conference. It's like, so would he have been better off losing in the first round, right? Like again, your job is to go as far as you can. It's worse to lose in the first round than it is the second round. It's worse to lose in the second round than it is the third round. It's worse to lose in the third round than it is the NBA finals, right? Like, good on you for standing on your own mountain and disagreeing. What a man. Thanks. YouTube is getting on my nerves with the comment errors. Yeah, YouTube's always like changing their little things. Yeah, Kuminga, I'm telling you, Kuminga's really good. I really wanted Kuminga bad. Let's see. Have you ever I'm assuming strangled anyone you know? Or don't know because Lakers lost Tyler? No, I haven't gone that crazy. I haven't gone that crazy yet. But I've been mad, don't get me wrong. Let's see. I don't know why these comments are putting it together. Tyler, I appreciate the integrity, but let's just face it. We aren't doing anything with this group. I mean, again, making the playoffs and advancing far are two very different things, right? Like, again, Lakers very well could. I think the Lakers make the playoffs. It's just how far can they go? I think their cap is second round. Nah, man, no on Giannis. We need a good two-way depth instead. I mean, depending on what you have to trade for Giannis, you might be able to get that. If you can turn Austin Reeves, like if you don't have to trade Austin Reeves in that trade and you can turn Austin Reeves into places, you're in good shape. Um, how can we beat the Spurs? Who's going to guard Wemby? I mean, it's simple. You just pack the paint. San Antonio's not a good 3-point shooting team. You trust that they're not going to light you up 4 straight times. Um, you know, you could also just let Wemby be Wemby. Like, let Wemby go average 30. Who cares? Right? Like, you see that a lot. You'll see teams kind of like, hey, let's just let Jokic go get what Jokic wants. Right? Let's go let Luka get what Luka wants. Right? And you basically slow everyone else down. Right? You got a lot of inexperience. You got a lot of like those tight games start getting tight, start getting close. Spurs, not a great half court team offensively. They have their games, they have their moments. Spurs also love to blow big leads. Like we talk a lot about the Lakers blowing big leads. Spurs will let you in back in the game. Spurs will be up 25 and they'll let you have a chance to win it. They also love to give up big quarters. Again, you're never going to stop Wemby, right? You're just trying to basically again pack the paint and make things difficult. This is what you'd be looking at. Win the next 2 games, you have to. Don't bring back Luke once he gets closed. He doesn't shoot the 3. What? I mean, dude, that guy's been ridiculous. Luke Kennard's been like one of our best players. Again, he's made the right play every time. Like, I don't need you to shoot a 3 if you can attack the closeout and get to the rim. I'd rather you get a layup than a heavily contested 3. Tell you will be okay, buddy. I'll be all right. It's just a game. I'm not like I'm not gonna go and like do anything crazy. It's frustrating, right? Like, get at the end of the day, it's basketball. It's not like I'm not like it just like lose an arm or something. Like you could be incredibly frustrated without doing anything drastic. Let's see. I feel bad for DA because his performance was great and ended up in a loss. Yeah, kind of went to waste, which is unfortunate. Drip show. There we go. Perfect. So I am going to wrap it up here because I need to get some work done. But speaking of drip show, they sent me another package, which I really appreciate. Sent me another package. It's another shirt. It's actually these lover shirts. So I wanted to open it on stream. They sent me this gray one and the purple one that I saw on stream. And I believe this is the black one, is what I was told. So let's check this out. Sorry, trying to make sure I don't have that on my address or anything. So, yes. So perfect. Yeah, it is. See, which if you watch the videos, you see I wear a lot of black. It's just because black goes with everything, right? It's so easy and convenient to wear black because I can wear like whatever I want. Black works. But yes, they sent me a black one of the Lovers series, which again, I really do appreciate. Thank you so much. And then again, I'm obviously wearing the shirts. Again, just for YouTube purposes, it's not a sponsorship. It's not a brand deal. It's nothing like that. Just fans of each other's art, fans of each other's work. And Drip Show has been kind enough. I mean, they created me the canvases and all that. And then to keep me in the drip, right? Keep me in the drip. Drip Show was able to send me the black one, gray one, and then the purple one. But it's also not just Drip Show. It's actually a collaboration with Legends of Culture, which is another brand, which, again, I am very thankful, very appreciative of it. Again, YouTube, not a brand deal, not a sponsorship. Just, again, 2 people that appreciate each other's art and looking to help and support each other. Because, again, we're a community, right? You help me, I help you, we help each other, right? It's a beautiful thing. And I'm very thankful. Seriously, that is very kind of you guys. Shout out to Drip Show. Shout out to Legends of Culture for, helping me out, right? I really do appreciate that. Seriously. It's Cosmo said it's more than a game, it's life. Sorry, that distracted me. But again, everyone that hung out with me, again, Drip Show, to close that out, Thank you so much, Legends of Culture. Thank you so much. Seriously, I love the shirts. Great quality, great material. Love the logo and everything. Very Lakers. Now I got a couple shirts to wear on stream and wear in videos and stuff like that, which I appreciate. Right, keeping me, like I said, keeping me dripped. I love it. But like I said, I'm gonna get on out of here. I need to finish some videos, and now I got to make a couple videos. I've been taking notes while I'm doing the stream. Videos that are things, rants, and stuff that I want to talk about. But anyway, on your way out, please hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Everyone that gave me super chats, thank you so much. Seriously, it helps me out a ton. You have no idea. So thank you very kindly. And everyone that just hung out with me, nonetheless. Again, I appreciate you guys. What, we play the Suns next, so please get the win. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for the therapy session. I'll see you guys